madness, huh?
There's carne asada. Check it out.
Wow.
Chef Big Dog up all night cooking.
Shut up and taste this, a mousse douche. Come here. Look at that.
You like it?
Yeah.
We're gonna cook like this.
We're being reviewed by the most important critic in the city. Now suddenly you're gonna be an artist. Well, be an artist on your own time. It's my restaurant.
The kitchen is my domain. That was our deal.
The deal is now changed. Either you stay or you go.
So you're threatening to fire me now?
No, I'm telling you what I'm prepared to do if you don't cook my menu.
If you go back and do another comic book film or mainstream film, are your sensibilities different now, having gone back to a smaller budget where it's...
No, I think I get the job. I get the gig. It's a different gig. And I'm going to work on Jungle Book, you know, and Jungle Book is something that is, you know, is a very universal story, and it's, you know, has its roots in Rudyard Kipling and also in the Disney animated film. And so you have to channel a different type of energy, and I have kids, and sometimes it's like telling a bedtime story to your kids. Like, you could get excited about entertaining an audience that you care a lot about. But that's a much different process than, and no less passionate, by the way. Like, I like telling my kid a bedtime story, but that's a lot different than writing a larger message that has nuance to people who, you know, because Swingers is about a person trying to establish themselves in their career, trying to find love, being confused. They're at the, you know, they're not comfortable with adulthood completely yet. This is a movie about the next phase. This is whatever, 20 years later. This is, you've been with the person that, you found the person you love, you've had your kids, you've found your career, you've made your first, you've taken that hill. And now you find yourself, after you've checked off all the things that you thought you would do in life, how do you engage with things that feel like compromise, losing the passion, not maintaining the integrity of the family, not prioritizing your kids enough and prioritizing career too much. I mean, those are real things that I see in the movie business and the food business, and, you know, that's a very universal thing, and then people end up being miserable and they don't know why. And it takes sometimes getting kicked in the ass to figure out, I'm not living a balanced life, and that's what the character goes through in Chef, and so then I could speak to all the things that I've learned and come to appreciate as a 47-year-old dad.
Find your food truck in life.
Exactly. And this movie was that for me. And so it does help me and change me as I go into other movies, because I felt like I was able to scratch that itch. And I love doing it. And it was incredibly fulfilling. And now as I go off to do something else, I feel excited to embrace those challenges. So, you know, my wife said to me when I set out to do this, she said, whatever you do, you're going to want to do the opposite next. Just keep it interesting. So all the challenges of the financing, the schedule, the release of a film with all these other big movies, it's a grind, it's hard, but it's a new challenge, so I'm excited by it. But it'll be nice next time to be working with Walt Disney in a big family release. It's a different thing.
What are you writing?
Chef, that's not a good idea. Just listen, I won't send it until we all say it's okay. Why don't you come by again tonight? I got a whole new menu just for you, asshole.
Oh, no.
That's not good.
Give me the phone. Give me the phone.
Don't do it.
It's out there now, so
it happens.
Why would you do
you
that?
can't take that back.
A big theme in this film is how people deal with criticism. We
Right.
see Jon Favreau's character
Flipping out.
His flipping out, his food that he puts so much into, his
Right.
life's passion, being torn apart by bloggers and on
Right.
Twitter. And as someone who's put so much into his own work, so much of his personal life, you know, in your one-man shows, and having people react to it and delve into it and critique it, how do you grapple with that, I wonder?
Well, how do you grapple with criticism? I don't know. I mean, creative criticism is different, you know. I can handle that, but just straight up cold-blooded coming to get you kind of criticism is kind of rough. I don't know anybody who can take it. My therapist told me not to read it.
Really?
Not to read mine or anybody else's. Not to get that Schadenfreude kind of little boost from reading other people's bad reviews and go, at least it's not me.
But is it harder now? Because a big theme in the movie is how technology over the last few years has made that kind of impossible. I mean, Jon Favreau's character is not even on Twitter, and yet everybody's coming up to him saying, "Oh, did you see that?" Oh,
I like how he does that, because he's kind of like Paleolithic in the technology department, and then his son updates him like that.
Yeah,
and all of a
yeah.
sudden he's an addict like everybody else.
But have you sort of had to deal with that as well, or you had or taken to it, I guess?
Yeah, you know, I learned the hard way. I think everybody has that one moment where they like Google themselves or looks at their Twitter feed, and then it's like, oh, it's going great for the first 20 or 30, then all of a sudden it goes into a dark, hellish Dante's Inferno kind of place where people are saying the ugliest, most gruesome things about you, and you just got to get over it.
Jon Favreau's character, he has to make dishes that everyone's going to like. He has to put certain things on the menu. Justin Hoffman is telling him, this is what people like.
It's like a analogy to the film business.
Exactly.
Or almost any art form, you know? There's a commercial side,
Exactly.
and there's the artist side, and the two of them have to meet sometimes in the middle,
Right.
but sometimes they don't, and it's better if art wins over commerce, because commerce makes art kind of a little boring, a little, you know, for the masses, which is okay, but kind of boring.
Right.
And that's what he's dealing with. His Dustin Hoffman, the chef, the owner of the restaurant, wants him to make the food that people like, and he's like, no, I'm an artist. I want to create new food and experiment.
So what are you gonna do?
You're gonna laugh.
Tony, Carl's got a taco truck. For real? I was so jealous. When I heard your voice, I was like, that's what I want to do.
I get to touch people's lives with what I do, and I love it. And I want to share this with you.
What are you doing?
Dude, I'm putting a little cornstarch on my huevos, man. It's too humid down here.
Dad, wake up. Tom's putting cornstarch on his balls.
Want some? It's like baby powder.
It's nice, right?
Nice.
Gente de zona, una vez más.